Hello, my name is Dr. Keisha Panagas, and I'm the elementary principal at Scott City Elementary. I am here to talk to you about standards-based reporting and what that will mean for you when your child receives their report card. The first thing to understand is what standards actually are. Standards are what each student should know and be able to do. The state of Missouri has standards that tell us what skills need to be taught at each grade level. Power standards are standards that we, Scott City Elementary, are guaranteeing all students will know and be able to do at the end of the year. These are standards that are included in our assessments. We will provide time and support for students who haven't mastered them and extensions for those who already have. Some of the ways we offer support and intervention are through RTI, small group setting, Title I services, and tiered stations. Power standards do not represent all that we are going to teach. They represent the minimum a student must learn to reach high levels of learning. Our power standards are selected with three essential criteria: endurance, leverage, and readiness for the next level of learning. Our power standards are what teachers will spend the majority of the instructional time teaching. Our report card is broken into English language arts standards, math standards, science standards, and social studies standards. Standards-based grading allows teachers and students and parents to actually see what skills the students understand and the skills that they still need to work on. We communicate the levels of understanding or the levels of proficiency with the numbers 3, 2, or 1. A 3 means that they are meeting the district and state standard. A 2 means that they are approaching, with assistance and guidance, the district and state standard. And a 1 means basic, that they are not yet able to demonstrate a basic understanding of the district and state standard. NA means that the standard was not assessed during the marking period. Teaching and assessing is directly aligned to these specific standards. This helps both the teacher and student know what they will need to improve using standards-based reporting. Students know and understand the purpose of what they're learning. Our purpose is to facilitate and encourage active learning and engagement, collaboration, communication, critical thinking, creativity, achievement, and growth. Standards-based grading also allows for student goal setting and establishing clear expectations. This allows us to focus on growth and progress. Students at Scott City Elementary know and understand what they must do to demonstrate proficiency in each standard. To assess the standards, we have standards-based report cards assessments as well as rubrics. The rubric is used to determine if the child earns a 3, 2, or 1. Our students take the standards-based report card assessment and they will receive proficiency-based feedback. Feedback is vital for growth and gives the learner specific information on what is needed to reach their goal of mastery, or a 3. Feedback is specific, user-friendly, and timely. Our students use their teacher's feedback as a tool to learn and grow. Standards-based reporting provides an opportunity for students to show mastery of their learning and allows multiple attempts to show that mastery. When your child gets their standards-based report card, you may notice that Quarter 1 has several NAs, which means not assessed this grading period. This is because we have spent the majority of first quarter teaching and laying the foundation. We have started giving some assessments, and those will be reflected on the standards-based report card. Do not worry, we will assess all of the standards by the end of the year, and your students' mastery of those standards will be communicated to you. I wanted to address a few questions that I think parents might have. And the first one is, how is this grading system better for my child? By making this transition, you will be better informed of the skills that your child has mastered and the skills that they still need to work on. This information is very important so that we can reteach and give your child exactly what they need to get to the next level. Transitioning to standards-based will also help your child by knowing exactly what they've mastered and what they still need to work on. This will allow them to be able to set specific goals and identify specific skills that they still need to practice. Another question you might have is, what if my child is not a good test taker? We feel confident that the data we're using for reading, math, science, and social studies is very reliable and gives an accurate picture of where your child is academically. We are in the process of writing all of our standards-based report card assessments and creating rubrics. These assessments are in direct alignment with the skills that we have been teaching. These assessments will be able to communicate exact skills of mastery and those that still need more practice. Another question you might be wondering is, what's the format of the assessments? The standards-based report card assessments will be given in various formats depending on the skill we're assessing as well as the age of the student. Assessments will range from computer-based, blended assessments, paper-pencil assessments, verbal assessments, and will also range from the setting of individual setting, small group setting, and whole group assessments. The last question I thought that you might be wondering is, what if your child receives a 1 or 2? If your child scores a 1, which is basic, or a 2, which is approaching, then they will receive specific feedback, instruction, and intervention on that skill. Our goal is for them to reach proficiency and understand the skill. Students will receive approximately 4 to 6 weeks of intervention before they're allowed to retest. Students will be given multiple opportunities to learn, grow, and master the content. At Scott City Elementary, we believe that if a student hasn't mastered a skill, that we need to provide timely intervention and support. We believe that they can master the skill, they just haven't mastered it yet. Our goal is to develop assessment-capable learners. We want students to understand what they're supposed to learn, monitor their own progress, set goals, and reflect on their learning. We acknowledge the fact that this isn't going to be perfect the first time we roll it out, but we promise we will continue to reflect and revise until we achieve success. We will continue to learn new techniques for implementation, assessment, and reporting. This is a process for everyone involved: teachers, students, administrators, and parents. We ask that you are patient and give us time to learn so that we can grow and create the very best learning environment possible for your child. At Scott City Elementary, we execute around the priority, and that priority is student learning. Please trust us that we're moving to standards-based reporting because it's what's best for kids. This learning environment that we are trying to create will provide a much more rigorous learning experience. It will focus and hone in on specific skills and content. It will differentiate learning for students and scaffold instruction so that it is specifically tailored to their learning needs. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me and I will be happy to discuss our rationale for transitioning to standards-based report cards.